Lights, camera, action!
Welcome back to our last PTV show of this school year. Today is Friday, May 15th, 2020. I'm PTV's Niskio, and topping our show today, the Northern Indiana Food Bank will be back for another free food event for people in need here in Marshall County. Event organizers were back at Plymouth High School for a third time drive-through distribution event in Plymouth High School parking lot on Thursday. From 10 a.m. until noon, they distributed boxes of fresh food for close to 500 households. If you miss the event next Thursday, they will be at Bremen High School from 10 a.m. until noon. All Marshall County families in need are welcome to attend all free food distribution events. Enrollment for Plymouth High School 2020 summer school is now open. Summer school will be online, therefore no students or teachers will be present in the building. A sign-up can be found on the PHS website, and registration closes next Friday. There are 2 summer school sessions, and the classes offered are right there on the screen. Both sessions will offer the following 3 time slots for classes: morning, afternoon, and evening. We just found out Plymouth High School will be still holding an in-person commencement ceremony for the class of 2020. Commencement is scheduled for Friday, July 17th at 7:30 p.m. at Plymouth High School outside the Rockpile football field. All seniors who would like to take part in the ceremony will be required to attend mandatory commencement practice at 9 a.m. the day before. Important to note, commencement ceremony plans could be subject to change or alter based on state and local regulations. With COVID-19 changing the world so drastically, you might wonder, when is life ever going to get a little bit back to normal? Well, PTV Skylar Budka looked into these simple questions and answers for us. If you're wondering when can you go to the mall or other stores, the answer is now. As of this week, malls and other retailers started operating at 50% capacity. Full capacity isn't expected until June 14th. As for when you get your haircut, the answer is now too. Here in Marshall County, salons and barber shops have resumed operations by appointment only. So when can you go to the movies? The answer is May 24th. That's when movie theaters can open at half capacity. When can you go to restaurants? The answer is now. Currently here in Marshall County, restaurants can operate at 50% capacity. And our last question Skylar looked into for us, can we go back to school in the fall? And the answer to that one is still out. However, a decision will likely be announced somewhere around July 4th. Throughout our virtual shows this semester, multimedia journalist Dave Myers has been featuring seniors and who they miss. He joined us one last time with his segment, Who I Miss.
Hello PHS, welcome back to Who I Miss, where PHS staff or students says who they miss and why. Today we have Dylan Vance.
The 2 people I miss the most would definitely have to be, for starters, Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson has definitely been a guy that you can just talk to, and he's a really good guy because you can just joke around with him too, but when it gets down to the nitty-gritty, he's definitely a serious guy, and you make sure you do your work in his class, and you guys will have a good relationship. But yeah, you can just joke around with him, and as a person, he's a really good guy, teacher, really good guy, one of the best teachers in the high school for sure. And then for my second person, I'd like to shout out Mr. Skirvin, because I wouldn't be where I'm at today without Mr. Skirvin or Mr. Johnson. Mr. Skirvin has just always been like a really good role model in the high school for me, and I'm just really fortunate enough to have him as a teacher, and also just him as a person. He's a really good guy. So that's who I miss the most. Shout out Mr. Johnson, shout out Mr. Skirvin. Thank you guys.
Thank you Dylan for sharing who you miss at PHS and why. Back to you Denise.
Our PTV sports crew has been really working hard to bring you sport-related news despite COVID-19 hindering sports. Brady Pittman joins us for what they have been working on.
Hey guys, I'm Brady Pittman. Thank you for checking out our last PTV sports show for this school year.
High school sports may be back sooner than we thought. The IHSAA issued a statement that they said that they will waive Moratorium Week. Moratorium Week was scheduled for June 29th through July 5th. But since the IHSAA is waiving it, this means fall sports could start summer conditioning July 1st. This is not set in stone, but as long as Governor Holcomb is still on track with his plans on reopening the state, fall sports may continue July 1st.
Fingers crossed, everyone. Now it's time to recognize some spring senior athletes.
Andie Kizer, a senior girls soccer player and gymnast, will be attending St. Mary's College this fall. And Kaden Grove, a senior cross-country and track runner, will be attending Ball State University. We wish them the best of luck in their college careers.
We have one last senior reserve for our weekly spotlight. Let's go catch up with Tyler Ritchie and see which senior athlete was randomly selected to be in our last spotlight this week.
What were you looking forward to enjoying on your last remaining days of your senior year?
Probably graduation. We still get to have a graduation, so I'm really excited about that. But have it pushed back was kind of disappointing.
And as of right now, do you have any goals you are striving to achieve?
Just to get through the end of the year, I guess.
And I hear that you're going to St. Mary's College next fall.
Yeah.
What do you plan on studying?
I'm hoping to study biology.
What made St. Mary's feel like it was the right choice for you?
I've kind of always been a big fan of Notre Dame, and I just thought it was a really cool campus.
What do you believe you will miss the most about high school overall?
Probably my teachers. Over the years, I've had really great teachers that have helped me get through high school.
As of now, fall sports are still on schedule to begin. PTV's Caleb Deacon got an exclusive interview with head football coach John Barron about his upcoming season on the gridiron.
What are some goals coming into the season?
Well, we had a tremendous year last year, and hopefully our guys tasted that conference championship and they want to get back being on top of the NLC and sustaining that as we have in years past. I can tell you, we're excited. The coaches are excited that we could hopefully someday get back with these guys and start building those relationships with those seniors that I know are itching to get back to Plymouth High School. And we certainly are too, as a staff, just to be around kids. Just seeing your face today, just seeing a student, haven't been able to do that for a while.
So as of right now, there's a delay on practices until July 1st. So how do you get your team prepared?
So really safety is the biggest thing. So I've been pretty hands-off. I want the guys to get through e-learning and be eligible for the fall. Number one, want to honor our seniors that were leaving the school this year at 2020, but certainly looking at 2021 senior group and getting those guys together. But the biggest thing is get through to May 22nd now, I believe it is. And then we'll start pushing out some workouts for the kids in June.
How do you improve after a very impressive season last year?
Each year is different, and certainly last year was fun. We had a really explosive offense. We had a lot of guys that could run on defense. We were fast overall. We were big. We were strong. 9-3 season. It's going to be baby steps. This team has explosive guys coming back. I know we have some really talented players coming back. I know we have some younger guys that want to get in the mix as well. So the exciting thing about football is there's so many guys, so many moving parts. I know we have a lot of talent coming back, and I know we have some young guys we look forward to. It's just, as coaches, we've got to figure out what are we going to look like on offense and defense.
What are some progression things you want to see out of this group this year?
With the uncertainty of the summer, certainly I want to see them, once school's over, once we get to June, I want to see them take a hold of being responsible by keeping themselves safe and socially distanced. But they got to start running. They've got to start running. They've got to start doing body work stuff. Not a lot of the guys have access to weights. So we've got to train. So the training is going to be a big deal once we start in June. They've got to be responsible to do that. Once we get to July, then we're going to hopefully be able to see them obviously a different type of workout, but see them here on campus at some point and get them, being all in and being great teammates.
Well, that wraps up our final PTV Sports Show. Remember, stay positive through the stay-at-home struggle. See you in fall, PHS. Back to you, Denise.
As we've told you, online gaming is up due to COVID-19. PTV gamer guru Aiden Lin has been teaching us a little bit about the hobby. He's here to wrap up his 4-part episode this week.
I will admit editing is hard. First thing to remember about editing is that you can only edit structures that were created by yourself or a teammate. If you want to restart a structure to its default shape, you can hit the edit key again, then right click to reset the build, then hit edit once more to confirm the change. You can always visit YouTube and watch some tutorials as well before you try taking on your friends. Aiden Lin for PTV Entertainment News.
That's it for our final show. I'm PTV's Niskio, and stay safe everyone and have a great day. So when can you go to the movies? The answer is May 24th. That's when movie theaters can open at half capacity.